Breaking right now at 11 as protesters chant, "Where's Gabby?" Investigators are suddenly trying to answer a different question. Where is Brian Laundrie?
The family's attorney says no one knows where he is. He says the FBI took things from Brian's home to try to find him. He says as of now, the FBI is looking for both Brian and Gabby. Thanks for counting on NBC2. I'm Brenna White.
And I'm Peter Bush. NBC2 is bringing you team coverage as the investigation takes a dramatic turn. Samantha Serbin is talking to protesters outside Laundrie's Northport home.
But first, let's go to NBC2's Megan Meyer. She has been on top of this story all week. Meg, you just spoke with Northport Police. What is the latest?
Well, Josh Taylor with the Northport Police Department has confirmed to me that police have told him that they heard from Brian Laundrie's family, and they say they haven't seen Brian Laundrie since Tuesday. Now, although police are currently searching for Brian Laundrie, Josh Taylor says that this does not mean that Brian Laundrie has left town. Now, earlier today, we did see investigators going in and out of this home. We saw them carrying brown paper bags, typically used to gather evidence. Now, we also saw police grab.
Police did take something from a silver Mustang in the driveway. Looks like Meg is having some difficulties, but we still have this video here. They took something from inside that car, brought it back inside, and now police say they are officially looking for both Brian and Gabby.
I have two daughters the same age, 23 and 25, and if it ever happened to them, I would be devastated.
Just say what happened, and even if it was a mistake or an accident, just come forward, be a man, and tell the truth.
A lot of people emotionally invested here.
Now, do we have the sound from Northport Police? Because I want to make sure our viewers hear this. Talking to my producer right now in the booth. Keith, okay, we don't have the sound, but let me tell you what he said, because this is very important. This is a direct quote from a Northport Police spokesperson. We went there to the home. We took every piece of information they were willing to give us and about where their son may be right now. And there are a lot of details we are still trying to corroborate. Their information said that he was in the home. They certainly weren't trailing him. I know that's something that a lot of our viewers have been asking. Why weren't they watching for Brian? But they weren't trailing him. They say this is still a missing persons case. They don't even know if a crime was committed. So that is the answer to why Brian Laundrie has now been able to vanish. So now we're looking for two people. And just yesterday, a reporter asked Northport Police Chief Garrison if they knew where Brian was. This was the exchange.
Do you know where Brian Laundrie is right now?
Yes.
Now it appears that was not true. The FBI, looking for Brian and his own family, says they have not seen him since Tuesday.
Bring the money to serve. What's that?
Come on. Arrest Brian. Arrest Brian.
As police were going into Brian's house for the first time tonight, a crowd of protesters grew out front. At one point, police had to push the crowd off the family's lawn. NBC2 continues our team coverage tonight with Samantha Serbin. Samantha, what were these people hoping to accomplish?
Protesters have been out here all evening saying, "Where is Gabby?" begging Brian Laundrie to come forward with information. And this started late this afternoon. We want to show you some of that footage now.
Answers! They want Gabby home safe!
It started out as one man and a megaphone.
They want answers. It's kind of shameful and disgusting that Brian will not even speak or cooperate with authorities.
Then the protest grew.
Where is Gabby? Where is Gabby?
We actually are from 2 hours. We're from Haines City. So we drove all the way here because I saw on TikTok that people were going to come out today, and I wanted my voice to be heard.
This couple came out wanting to push for answers. Engaged themselves, this man doesn't understand how Laundrie is staying silent.
I don't know how he could do that as a man either. The man is supposed to be that person to a woman where you're supposed to guide their hand through everything, not do whatever he's doing.
Now more than 100 people are surrounding Brian Laundrie's Northport home, demanding answers.
How soulless you could possibly be to be like this.
Brian Laundrie, look out your window.
The crowd says they are here supporting Gabby. They want Brian to fess up with anything he knows. The crowd, a mix of all ages, with one common goal.
Talk to authorities, do what's right.
You can hear people now screaming, "Justice for Gabby." We'll keep you updated as this case develops. In Northport, Samantha Servin, NBC2.
As police and protesters surrounded Brian's home, dozens of people gathered for a prayer vigil for Gabby at Northport City Hall. They wanted this to be all about showing support for Gabby's family, praying that she is found soon, and hoping that Laundrie speaks up with information.
My heart is shattered for Gabby's mom. Like, I cannot imagine what she's going through. It's scary. It's so scary. I have 3 little girls, and if something were to happen to my girls, I don't know if I could handle. I just don't know how I could deal with it.
Another vigil is planned for tomorrow night at 7 in front of Northport City Hall.
Also breaking in this case tonight, the Grand County Sheriff's Office in Utah says Gabby PETITO's disappearance is not related to a double homicide in Moab. Here's why deputies were investigating a link in the first place. Deputies pulled Brian and Gabby over on August 12th as they were arriving at Arches National Park. The very next day, Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner were reported missing. They were found shot to death at a campsite on August 18th, and the killer is still out there. Again, deputies say there is no link between this case and PETITO's disappearance. Meanwhile, Gabby's stepdad has arrived in Wyoming to join the search. Investigators think she was last seen in Grand Teton National Park or possibly Yellowstone. One woman who says she spotted the couple's van on August 25th contacted police.
It had the black ladder on the back and the 2 black roof racks on top, 2 bars. And we made the comment that would be the perfect little camper van to go around in.
The FBI, local police, and National Park Service are working together to help in the investigation.
A lot has happened in this case, so let's take you through the timeline. Brian and Gabby had been traveling the country for months. The first sign of trouble came on August 12th in Moab, Utah. Police body camera video shows officers separating the couple after a witness called to say they were fighting in the street. Nearly 2 weeks later, they were seen leaving a hotel in Salt Lake City. Gabby told her parents that same day she and Brian were headed to Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. The next day, the last post was made on Gabby's Instagram page. Pic is from Ogden, Utah, where she's holding a little pumpkin. And then on August 30th, her mom got this text from her phone. It said simply, "No service in Yosemite." No one knows if Gabby was the person who sent that text.